Okay, good evening everyone. My name is Celeste Lacavra. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be covering the Kino Lorber Winter Wonderland sale. This popped up a little bit earlier than I think people had expected. They usually do this like a week into December or something like that, and it was like the day after Black Friday that it started. Um, Let me see real quick. It goes until December 19th, Tuesday. So we got plenty of time to do our little Kino shopping. Probably the best sales in the game, to be honest. Like $8, $10 Blu-ray titles and like $18 4K titles. So you get a really good value for this stuff, and there's a ton of options. There's 527 items available in this sale, and so my job today is just to go through it and make some recommendations for you all and help you parse through this sort of embarrassment of riches that we've been afforded in this here sale. Quick reminder that these videos are unedited, raw, uncut, uncensored. Yeah, I don't edit these sale reaction videos. And if you are at all interested in in-depth discussions on cult and art house films, please go ahead and click the subscribe button, leave me lovely comments to read, and hit the like button. And also check out the link in the description for my Patreon account. Members are afforded access to 3 patron-only videos per month, and members at the highest tier are sent out custom personalized postcards from me, and I think they're pretty neat, so go check that out. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Take a look here. All right. So as we see, shop over 500 titles as low as $5.49. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so the first thing here is this 12 Angry Men 4K. This is a release that they did very smartly because, hold on. Excuse me. This is one that they did a good job with because they knew that most people probably already had the Criterion Blu-ray, and, they had to give you a reason to upgrade. And then other than the picture quality upgrade, which is, of course, worth it in my opinion, you also get the remake on here, directed by William Friedkin. And they sold that one separately before, and you can get it on its own, but, just to add some value to it, you get 2 films in this for $17.99. So I'm not sure if it's in the budget for me to place an order here. We might not spend any money on Blu-rays this month, but we'll see. But I do have a kind of fantasy cart built up, and this is in it because I don't have it yet. So I can't speak to the transfer, but I've heard nothing but good things, and it's a really great value. So, also people ask about this, but if you see the slipcover in the picture 9 times out of 10, that means that it's in stock and you'll get it when you order it. It's only happened to me one time where that wasn't the case. It's probably hard to nail that exactly 100%, but as a general rule of thumb, you can depend on that, I think. After Dark, My Sweet, this came out in that imprint neo-noir set. They named it after this, actually, so this is a much more affordable option than that. Some kind of Alice in Wonderland adaptation with Cary Grant and Gary Cooper and W.C. Fields. Oof, okay. I'm going to have to check that out at some point. Alphaville, this is another Criterion upgrade, except this time it's from DVD to Blu-ray. This is a great film. It might be my favorite Jean-Luc Godard film. It's probably a good entry point for people who aren't super on his wavelength or who aren't familiar with French New Wave, because this is more of a genre film, more of a sci-fi type of thing. And Anna Karina is in it, who is just immaculate in everything she's in. So I recommend that as a good place to start. We have The Apartment. This is one of the best films of all time by the man Billy Dubs. Billy Wilder, for those not in the know. This is a great New Year's movie, actually. So we're coming up on that. Kind of and after Christmas, if you're still in the mood for holiday movies, like this is a really good one. It's an all-timer for sure. It's a Best Picture winner, and it goes into some pretty deep and dark subject matter that I don't know that people will be anticipating, but it's still like, it's not grim viewing or anything like that, I don't think. It's still like pretty fun overall. Asphalt. This is one that just came out, and I talked about it on the Chasing Labels podcast when it was announced, because I was on the week that it was announced, and I watched it on Tubi in pretty rough quality, as you can imagine. But this is a German silent film, and it's actually quite good, and I would like to see it again in good quality, so this is also in my phantom cart of sorts. It's a backtrack with Jodie Foster and Dennis Hopper. It's a great cast, so I'll need to check that out at some point. This is one that I hadn't known anything about or ever heard of or knew that they that they put out. I don't know how to pronounce the French. Baisez-moi, it's my best guess. AKA Rape Me, which is a pretty intense title for a film under any circumstances or in any context. But I looked into it. This is a French film, rape and revenge film directed by two women and starring some like adult performers. It apparently goes pretty far and it's pretty subversive. And these sorts of extreme films I have an interest in regardless, but especially when they're directed by women and they kind of purposely subvert male-dominated styles and industries and genres, I'm especially interested. This is also in my cart. I've heard good things about it, so. Battleship Potemkin I highly recommend. Mine comes in a slipcase, but I see that it's not on this one, so maybe they got rid of that? I don't know. But this is a great film. It's a great transfer on here. It is a Soviet propaganda film, so it's interesting in a historical context, but it also has really strong kind of leftist ideas at the heart of it. Like, obviously, so I'm not like a authoritarian communist or anything like that, but the kind of socialist principles that they're espousing in this film are done very powerfully. And obviously, as it's a propaganda film and not a documentary, like it's not going to be showing the more grim side of this sort of history, but it does its job well. Like, it's very powerful and effective. And this is one that I actually watched in a film class in college, because it's just also really, what's the word I'm looking for? Groundbreaking, something like that, in his filmmaking techniques. The word will come to me later. Trailblazing? No, not quite. It's very important in what it did in terms of filmmaking style and techniques. So, but it's a great film. I highly recommend it. Black Sabbath, the AIP edition. That means American International Pictures for those not in the know. So this is one that they had before. This is Mario Bava, right? Pretty sure? Yeah. Okay. So they had this one before, and they had both versions of the film. I believe the American and the Italian versions. And I believe this is just the American version. I'm not sure why they didn't renew the rights to the other version, or if it just wasn't available or what. Sorry, I just ate. Maybe shouldn't be shooting videos right after I eat, but I know a lot of people think that this is kind of cynical, like they're just repressing stuff with a slipcover, but like a lot of the old Kino releases just aren't very good, to be completely honest. Like, I have some of them, and I'm always kind of taken aback when I look and there's not subtitles. Like, that's such bare minimum to me. But like, what they're doing is they're releasing it at a higher bit rate, higher encoding, higher capacity disc, adding subtitles, sometimes adding new special features, and adding a slipcover. So I think it's great. Like, I don't think that a lot of these great films should be resigned to just like the bare bones subtitleless edition that is there before, and I'm hoping that they continue to do this for some of their older or more of their older titles. It seems like they don't have any plans of stopping, and it's like a really cool thing that I wish more companies would do, like improve upon existing editions without necessarily like upgrading it to 4K if that doesn't make sense to do. Anyway, The Blue Angel. This is the first Marlene Dietrich and Joseph von Sternberg collaboration, and it is not found in that Criterion set or in the Indicator set, so you need this one. I have the Eureka because I think it is like slightly better. At least that's the conclusion I came to at the time when I bought it. Probably more features on it, but for a budget option, like $15, this is a great film. I like this better than I like this better than Morocco, which is kind of the one that they're most known for. But this is a really great kind of interesting look at like male obsession, that kind of thing. Bob Le Flambeur, I'm trying again with the French. Bob the Gambler, that's another Criterion upgrade. One that was just stuck on an out of print DVD, and now they've upgraded to Blu-ray. It's really good. It's I don't know, if you're into like French crime cinema, like this is a pretty essential title, and I like it a lot. So Brick, don't buy this because they announced a 4K a while ago, and it's taking a while, but It'll be there eventually. This is kind of a weird film, but I like it. I think it's Rian Johnson's first film. It's got Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and they're doing like hard-boiled noir dialogue, but they're in high school, and it works and it doesn't for me, honestly. I didn't know they did this one. Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia. That's such a hard title. I know Imprint also has this one. Budapest Noir. I didn't see this one either. What's included here? Oh, this is just a film. My bad. I thought it was a collection. That looks really interesting. I don't know. I feel like Kino doesn't get enough credit or attention for like the kind of international art house stuff that they do. So I like to draw attention to that because that looks really interesting. And I don't know who else would put it out. Buried Alive. I'm guessing this is not the one that Vinegar Syndrome did. Oh, it's the Frank Darabont film. Okay. I know he only has so many. And this is a 2K master, so I don't imagine this is ever going to get a 4K, so I'll add that to my wish list, actually. We might have to take a look at that later. Next. First page done. This is not as extensive as some of their sales have been. Sometimes it gets up to like upwards of 1,000 titles, but yeah, there's still a lot of good stuff in here. The Buster Keaton Shorts Collection. Fucking 738 minutes of classic silent films for $25. Like, that's a really good price. These kind of silent shorts with like the slapstick comedy, they don't all really work for me. Like, I don't like a lot of those early Chaplin shorts, but man, I don't know. I was considering it because you get 32 films in this, and I know that they're just short films, but like, short films need more love and more attention. Honestly, like they don't get what they deserve. Oh, I should make myself full screen. Fucking amateur hour over here. Jesus. La Cage à Foule. Let's try it again. The fucking French. I haven't seen the second one, but the first one is with Criterion, and it's amazing. It's a great, like, kind of queer comedy. I think this is a Scorpion releasing title, but yeah, I can recommend the first one. The Choir Boys. This is one that looks pretty intense that I had put in my watch list because I think I heard Will Dotson talking about it. Kind of an ACAB joint where like police officers just decide to be the worst people alive, which is their job description, to be fair. But they decide to take it up a notch and just like cause mayhem and like do the worst shit imaginable. I don't know. I'm really interested in it. I'll have to give that a look at some point. Christmas in July. I fucking love this movie. It's so good. Oh, that's interesting. It tells me that I've bought it already. That's helpful. I keep track of everything I buy, so I have a way to cross-reference that, but that's nice to just see it right there so I don't make that mistake. That's really neat. I'm just thinking, I don't think any other website has that. That's really cool. It doesn't say it has subtitles on it, but I checked my copy of it, and it does. So you're good on that. But Preston Sturges is one of the best directors of all time. This is just a wonderful screwball comedy, and there's a commentary by Sam Deegan on it, which is crazy and really cool. I'll have to pop in my copy and give that a listen for sure. But this is like a comedy about like a guy who wins a fucking like a slogan contest on accident, and then he gets a bunch of money, and it's just like this really kind of wholesome kind of doofus that just comes into a lot of money, and it's kind of a satire on like wealth and consumerism and all that. It's really fun. I don't know that I would get any of the Clint Eastwood stuff just because they've been upgrading his stuff pretty consistently, and I don't have any reason to believe that they wouldn't do it with this unless it like just came out. No, 2021 still has a slip on it, huh? Yeah, they'll definitely upgrade that, I think. I'm just waiting on these Spike Lee titles to get upgrades, honestly, because I feel like that's what's going to happen, but I could be wrong. Cujo, I don't know that I need to buy this, but I definitely want to rent it and watch it again. I didn't like it when I saw it back in the day, but I hear good things about it, and I'm obviously a very different person now in my kind of film viewing than I was when I was like 13, so you check that out for sure. Daughter of Dracula. I like that distinguishing from the classic Dracula's Daughter. I don't know about these redemption titles. Somebody Somebody tell me if these are any good. Like, are their transfers good? It's Jess Franco. Right on. I don't know. I think I heard somewhere that their transfers are pretty bad, and I don't know if there's like any chance of them getting like reissued or redone or whatever. I don't know. Somebody who knows more about that, tell me. This one is in my Phantom Cart, de Sade. It's a film about the Marquis de Sade, the author of Justine and the 120 Days of Sodom. Kind of a super subversive, like like queer atheist, I think. Big fucking pervert freak. Big fan. Like, look at this. This looks like fun. That's not what I clicked on at all. Go back. Is this no, it's a Code Red. Maybe it's Code Red that I've heard bad things about. I don't know. There's a good amount of special features on here. I don't know if there's subtitles though, but I'm always down for the nunsploitation. You know what I'm saying? My freaks in the audience know what's up. I'm not a fan of the Death Wish films, but there they are. $6.49 with a slipcover. I wonder if just when did this come out? Just came out like a year ago. I guess it didn't sell well. I don't know. I might have to look into that. The Devil Bat is one that I really like. It's a really kind of bad, honestly, like B movie starring Bela Lugosi. He's like got a killer bat or something. It's something else. I really like it, but I don't think this release has subtitles or any special features, so there's not really a reason for me to watch it or to buy it when I would have a better experience streaming it. Hopefully this is one that they redo with the slip and everything. Dogtooth is amazing. I highly recommend that. I feel like they might end up with a 4K of this at some point, just because Yorgos is a big director and this is a pretty famous film, but if not, check this out for sure. It's a pretty tough watch, some pretty disturbing content in it, but it's really great kind of art house horror stuff. We got Fritz Lang, Dr. Mabuse the Gambler. I didn't care for this when I watched it. It's one of those like 4-hour silent films that really struggle or test my patience in terms of the pacing, but this might be another one that was a Criterion. I'm not actually sure. Here's one that was for sure. Dressed to Kill on 4K. Now don't come at me for saying this because it's true, but this film is super transphobic, but it's still really well made, and I don't think it's like malicious. It's just playing upon tropes very kind of cavalierly and very like blatantly. It's really well made, and this I think has all the features that the Criterion does, and I don't have that one yet, so I'm gonna grab this one and give it a rewatch at some point, because I've heard like with all of these kind of transphobic / homophobic horror movies with like a reputation, you know, there's always going to be people within that M group who find power in it and then who are just hurt by it. And I think both reactions are valid, and I've heard people who find this empowering, and I think they make a good case for it. I found it frustrating, but I think if I watch it again knowing that that's what's going to happen and that's what's going on there, I can probably appreciate more of it, or maybe it'll just make me more mad. I don't know. Cronenberg, Eastern Promises. I still haven't seen this. I need to check that out. We got a sci-fi triple feature for $20. That's pretty good. Getting like a free film in there. I have the Indicator release of this Eyes of Laura Mars, and I haven't watched it yet, so I need to do that. This Faust has like the coolest fucking artwork. Fear and Desire is getting a 4K. They announced it already, but and I haven't watched it yet, so don't quote me on this, but I've heard it's not very good. Like, I've heard that this is pretty rough stuff, and you know, so if you just want to try it out first, or you just need to see it, this might be a good option. Female on the Beach. What a name. We got the Dollars. We got 4 in a row of Sergio. Dollars Trilogy are obviously great. Highly recommend these. But A Fistful of Dynamite, I would recommend it, if not for the fact that they are doing a 4K of it. So I probably wouldn't get it now, but it's a great film, and if you don't care about 4K, I highly recommend it. It's very long, kind of an epic spaghetti western drama. I don't know. It's really great. Here's more Billy Wilder. I think I made it like 10 minutes into this on the Criterion channel, and then I fell asleep, and then it was gone. I think on the last Kino sale, I was talking about this film, and I had got it confused with the front page, I think is the name of the other one. And I realized that. But this is the one that I have seen, The Fortune Cookie. I don't think this will go to 4K, so I probably need to grab this at some point, but it's one of my favorite Billy Wilders. It's just like really, really great. It's just a lot of fun, really funny, really clever. Like, just him doing what he does best at like a really high level. With Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau. I mean, they're just two of the best, and they do such a great job here. Buster Keaton, The General. I don't care for that one. Sorry for the hot take, but it is kind of just Confederate propaganda, and I'm not a huge fan of it. The Golem is really great. I have the Eureka edition of that, but this is a really cool German expressionist silent film that I recommend for sure. The Great McGinty is another Preston Sturges film that's a lot of fun. Only $8. You should get that. I like all of his stuff, but I liked this one in particular for sure. We're at 21 minutes and we're not even halfway. Hannibal is okay. But I think it's their first or second 4K, so that's neat, I guess. Hard to Be a God is the grossest film I've ever seen in my life. I couldn't even finish it. I had to start fast forwarding through it. It is so fucking grimy and nasty and unwatchable to me. But it's also like kind of amazing. Like, I ended up giving it a pretty poor rating, but just because it is so antithetical to what I like in terms, or like what I'm able to handle in terms of my capacity for nastiness. It's the grossest shit I've ever seen, I swear. But it's a really, really cool kind of sci-fi art house film. I believe it's Russian too. So check it out, but with reservations. Homebodies is really cool artwork, and I've heard it's really good, and that's a good price. Let's see. I haven't seen In Bruges, but I saw The Banshees of Inisherin, and I've really loved that. So I think I need to check out this Martin McDonagh's other films. Get to that one eventually. In the Heat of the Night, this is a great value. Another one where they just really went to bat to one of the Criterion because it has both of the sequels. It's the same price. I mean, come on. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. If you don't want to import that new Arrow that's coming out, you just want it, $18 right here. Mm-hmm. Judgment at Nuremberg. I'm kind of surprised this hasn't gotten a 4K yet. This is a really important, really great film about the Nuremberg trials. Kolchak, The Night Stalker, the complete series for $40. I mean, that's a great price. I have the two films that were going out of print. I haven't watched them yet, but I did that specifically so I could see if I wanted to invest in this. Long Day's Journey into Night. This is a pretty, from what I've heard, it's a pretty amazing kind of, I think it's 3D. It's a 3D film. I don't know if this is actually a 3D Blu-ray though. Yep. It is. That's really cool. So you're getting a 3D film for $10. Neat. Anyway, I've heard it's just nothing short of incredible, but I haven't seen it yet. Lorna the Exorcist with the sexy, sexy artwork. And apparently the slipcover is already sold out. So that's interesting. I guess it worked. Yay, lesbians. Yes. Yes, very good. I don't know. Jess Franco hasn't made a hit for me yet, but, you know, I'll keep trying. I don't like Mad Max. Sorry. Mad Max 2 is the only one that I even like a little bit, but I don't like any of the other ones. But they have the 4K, so that's neat. It's cool that they're doing this like French TV stuff. I hope it's sold kind of well for them. I kind of doubt it, but it's there, which is really neat. Man with the Movie Camera is amazing, but there are other editions of it that I think are better. Like Eureka has one, and fuck, I forget what it's called. There's another Region A company that has this because I believe it's public domain, or at least you don't need rights for it or whatever. But that's a good option for $10 if you just want it because it's really great. Groundbreaking. That's the word I was looking for. It's one of the most groundbreaking films ever made, for sure. If I wasn't so broke, I really want this. Should I even try Miklos Jansko? Miklos Jansko collection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 or 7 films, something like that, for $18. Marked down from 50. I guess this didn't sell very well, which is really unfortunate. I don't know, just like international art house stuff does not get enough credit and is like my favorite thing. So I would really love to support this title, but I'm just so fucking broke. But definitely pay attention to that if that's your kind of thing. I've heard really great things about it. Misery is wonderful and the 4K looks great, so I recommend that. This is the remake of My Man Godfrey. I haven't seen it, but I love the original, so I'm interested in this for sure. These Night Gallery slips are really cool. I especially like this Season 3 one. It's beautiful. And I believe there's such a disparity in price because Season 2 was like way longer. I'm pretty sure that's right. Night of the Hunter, and you still got the slip on it. If you don't buy this, you're fucking up. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's my like third, I think, favorite film of all time, and the 4K looks great. It has different features from the Criterion, but this is not one where they're able to one-up it. I think you should have both because the Criterion has some of the best special features I've ever seen in a release. This artwork is something else. Like, this is a great release. That's well worth $18. Nude Vampire. Okay. This is a Jean Roland. Gene Roland. Is it not going to load? Oh, there it is. I feel like Indicator's going to do this if they haven't already. They might have already, actually. Shit, I don't know. Look that up. Fact check me. The Nun, a.k.a. La Religieuse. Religieuse? My French leaves a lot to be desired, for sure. This was one that I was kind of hoping would be a little better when I first watched it, but I think I would like it better if I watched it again. I don't know, there's a quite nunsploitation, but it is a art film kind of subversive drama about Anna Karina as a nun, which that should sell you on it right there, but $10. Yeah, I need to get this at some point. 1, 2, 3. This is one of the better Billy Wilder films. It's just a really fun kind of ultra fast-paced political satire. It goes at a speed and at a clip that like almost feels impossible. The pacing is so fast. But he's just the best, honestly. And I don't know that this will ever get a 4K. I say that because I would assume that all of these would, except that Frank Tarzi said that he doesn't feel confident that Witness for the Prosecution would sell in 4K, and that's like one of his biggest films. So if he's not even willing to do that, he's not going to do 1, 2, 3, you know? Which is unfortunate. Well, if anybody knows anything about Redemption titles, this is a 4-film set for $25. It's pretty good. Play Misty for me is getting a 4K, so keep that in mind. The Queen is a really good documentary about a drag contest. Really important stuff in the history of queer cinema. Important kind of cultural document as well as just a great film. Highly recommend that. I need to pick that up. That's in my cart right now, actually. Raw Head Rex I like a lot. I think I'm going to get this 4K at some point and sell my Steelbook. It has a nice booklet in it, but it's very brief, so I don't know that it's worth keeping. But yeah, this is a really cool Clive Barker film, kind of a folk horror thing. It's a little bit goofy, but I actually really like it, and I do recommend it. Red Dragon. I hate this movie a lot. I do not recommend this. I think it's kind of garbage, honestly. There's a fairly popular review for it here on my in the shorts on my channel. If you want more details on that, but I really don't like it. And then they did more of this guy's films with really cool artwork for $9. You get 2 more. I don't know. I just really want to just get all these, honestly. This is a really cool documentary thing in collaboration with Mubi, it looks like. I love this guy's scores, and I haven't seen this documentary, but check out his music, and then check out this documentary, I guess. Andrei Tarkovsky's A Sacrifice. This is his last film. It also comes with a making of documentary that is like a feature-length thing, and they're both wonderful. Like, I think this is... I don't know, Tarkovsky doesn't really miss, but this is a really special film, and I highly recommend this. I don't know when or if they're ever going to do a 4K of this. Actually, you know what? Let's take a look. It's loading, I promise. You can't see it, but it is. Okay. Now, it has a 4K restoration. It might. It might. You gotta roll that dice. But for $10, like, you can just see it. I've heard that this is really bad, even though I really love the artwork. Screams of a winter night. Almost at the end. The Sorrow and the Pity was one that I was super interested in. It's still just a very high price point. Yo, why is the DVD $50 MSRP and the Blu-ray is $40? I don't understand that. That's interesting. But $20, I mean, that's a very reasonable price, but compared to this other stuff, it just kind of, you know, doesn't quite live up. This is $6.50? Have I heard about this? Yeah. I think I'm familiar with this director to some extent. Summer Night. I'll have to look into that. Strike, another Sergei Eisenstein. Great stuff. I haven't seen this one, but that's a really, really great director. And I need to see this for sure. Is there anything else? Anything else I can actually talk about? Oh, here we go. Touch of Evil. At $23.99. This is the lowest price it's ever been. It's always $30 in these sales because you get 3 4Ks in this. So if you've been waiting to get Touch of Evil, or you haven't seen it, and you're interested in noir, like, this is a great, great film from Orson Welles and Marlene Dietrich. Great stuff. This is in my Phantom card as well. I should probably... maybe I'll watch it first. I've never seen The Usual Suspects. Should probably check that out, huh? Dead Air. And that's it. That's everything that I can recommend. Okay, I hope you found this entertaining, useful, insightful, illuminating, fun to some extent. I hope you got something out of this. There'll be more content coming to the channel soon. Should have that Vinegar Syndrome August segment up within the week. There's Patreon-only content you can check out using the link in my description. Again, subscribe to the channel. Share this with a pal. Leave me comments to read. Tell me what you picked up so I can live vicariously through you, as I don't think I'm going to be able to make a purchase. And then like the video and all that. And remember that Satan loves all of their children.